Hey kings and queens, I hope you're doing well. My name is Rachel Abbey from Intentional Adulting, and I do videos all about living intentionally, living holistically and adulting, like growing up and learning things as we all grow older. So if any of those topics interest you, then definitely subscribe to the channel. So I wanted to bring you along with me today for another house viewing journey, house hunting journey, whatever you want to call this. I guess when I say we, myself and my partner, we're both first time buyers, so we're looking for homes to move into, because we're still living with our parents and it's now time for us to leave the nest. So I've shared with you previous houses that we have gone to view in Kent, so outside of London, on my channel previously. So if you've missed any of those videos, I'll leave the links in the iCard and you can go and view them after this one. But yeah, this house that we went to see is an interesting house because there are lots of pros to the house, but there are also many cons, and I just thought it would be interesting to take you along the journey. So I guess what we're looking for, I've done a whole separate video about what we're looking for, but in a very small nutshell, we ideally are looking for either a semi-detached house or an end of terraced house. Now this house that I'm about to show you is not that. It is a mid-terraced house, and I guess that it's not alarming to me, but I'm willing to kind of like be flexible if the house itself is a complete gem, because I don't like the idea of having neighbours on either side of me making noise, like one neighbour shouting at their kids and then the second neighbour blaring music. You know, I don't know if that will happen in real life, but I just don't even want to take that risk. So I want an end of terrace or semi-detached house. But as I said, this house that we went to view is not that. It is a mid-terraced house. It's 3 bedrooms though, so it's a decent size, and it's on the market for what we perceive to be really cheap, like really affordable. It's the guide price is 260 to 270, and yeah, it just feels like a steal, so we had to go and view it even though it's not a semi-detached or end of terraced house. Now it has 3 bedrooms, as I said. It's got 2 bathrooms, so a non-suite and a family bathroom, and then also the downstairs WC as well. You can actually use the living room, the upstairs living room, as a 4th bedroom if we really wanted to. That's because it's a townhouse, so you know there's a downstairs open plan area, and then the living room is on the 1st floor, or the 2nd floor. I always get confused about what floor is the 1st floor in a townhouse, but essentially the living room is not on the ground floor, so you can potentially change that to a 4th bedroom in the future if, you know, we have tons and tons of kids, who knows. But yeah, so it's open plan, which, you know, my partner is not a fan of open plan, but he's willing again to compromise if this house is worth it. It's a townhouse, as I said, so we really like townhouses. We've identified. So I guess when we first started viewing properties, we didn't really know what kind of properties we liked, but I think as we've viewed lots online and actually gone out and viewed properties in person, we have come to realize that yeah, our favorite type of house is a townhouse. And I think it's because we both live in flats at the moment. We've always lived in flats, so I've never had stairs in my house, so having stairs in my house and having many stairs, which is what townhouses have, it just feels like I'll be living in a mansion. It's like a massive change for me, and the more stairs, the bigger the house, the better for me, and I think he feels the same way as well. So we definitely have fallen in love with townhouses. But yeah, that's essentially a very brief description of the house. I want to show you it because we did take some pictures and some footage when we went to go and view it. So let me roll the camera and we can have a look at the house together, and then we can come back and discuss our thoughts on the house. So this is the house from the outside, and here is the front door and hallway area. On the left of the house we have the downstairs WC, so pretty bog standard. And then you walk into the kitchen diner straight ahead. So I've just blurred out the tenants, but this is the kitchen space, so it's really nice. It's got built-in appliances, so built-in fridge, freezer, dishwasher, washing machine, etc. And then you've got the living space towards the back of the room, but it's a really decent size. They have a separate fridge there because I'm not too sure why, to be honest. But under the stairs they have a downstairs cupboard or storage space, which is really good. We're just walking through to the garden, but you can see they've got like an island, which is quite nice. They've got a few chairs there. This is the garden. It was dark so you can't really see it, but this is a garden in daylight, so a decent size. Let's go upstairs then to the first floor. On the first floor we have the first bedroom on the left, the family bathroom straight ahead, and then the front room on the right. I couldn't show you the front room because the tenants were actually in the house and they wanted to protect their privacy, so we can't see the living room in this video, unfortunately. But here is the first bedroom. It's a double bedroom, so a decent size, nothing wrong with it at all. They use it as a kid's bedroom. And then this is the family bathroom, so again bog standard, nothing special about it. That's just the stairs, so that's why the ceiling is slanted. But yeah, your standard family bathroom. Okay, and then we're on the second floor now, so we've gone up the stairs and we're looking at the remaining 2 bedrooms of the property. So the other 2 bedrooms are also double rooms, which are really good, and they both have built-in wardrobe space as well. The house was a bit of a mess, to be honest, but yeah, this is basically the house and what it entails. The master bedroom is an ensuite, so that's the shower there. It doesn't have a door, but I'll explain why it's missing a door a bit later. So yeah, that is the house. You have seen it. What is your verdict? Like, do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments. I'll give you my verdict. Yes, I'll give you my verdict. I mean, the house is a decent size. Like, it's definitely sizable for hopefully our family in the future, so size is not an issue. I guess the garden is a bit small, but we do know that there are houses within the same development that have smaller gardens than that, so it could be worse. So the garden was a bit small. I know you couldn't see it because it was dark, but it will do. There's nothing wrong with the garden at all. So when we went to look at the upstairs ensuite, we noticed that the whole shower door was completely off, and it was resting against the wall in the bedroom. And yeah, we did ask like what's happened to the shower, and the estate agent did explain that, oh, there's a leak, but the landlord is trying to get it sorted out. But the leak was going through to the stairs and also the downstairs kitchen, so it had caused quite a bit of damage. And I mean, yeah, it's all well and good the estate agent saying, don't worry, the landlord is going to fix it, or he's working on getting it fixed. But, you know, the warranty, the new build warranty of the property had expired, I believe. So if we were to purchase the house and let's say the landlord didn't fix the repairs in time, because of course, why would he fix it? Why would he fork out money if he's going to be selling the house anyway? I'm pretty sure he just end up like forgetting or leaving it, and then we'd have to fork out money to pay to get the leaks repaired. it's just not something that we want to do. We don't want to have to move into a property and have to start immediately paying for repairs. Like, that's just not what we envision. So the leaks were definitely a downside. And then the next thing was the road. So the house where it was situated, there was actually like a not too busy road behind the back of the garden, but it's a road that there are constantly cars driving down. And while myself and my partner were standing outside the house, we could hear the cars like not zooming down the road, but we could hear them like driving down the road at pace, and it was just too much noise for us. And then to top it all off, there was also a railway a bit further away from the house, but on the map the railway didn't look like it was near enough to the house so that you could actually hear the trains going past. But for sure, when we were standing outside the house, we could hear the trains going past like every 5 minutes or so. And for me, I know I live in central London at the moment, and you can hear police sirens all the time in my videos and cars hooting and all sorts, but I don't want to be paying grands, like hundreds of grands, to move to an area where I can hear cars and trains zooming past. That's not why I'm spending money. So the location where the house was situated was just not going to work. It's just too noisy, and I can't even like imagine myself on a Saturday morning lying in bed to listening to trains going past. And no, it's just too much. I want peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. So the location wasn't going to work. Also as well, the parking was an issue. So although the advert did say that the house had allocated parking, when we went to go and view this allocated parking space, because the house doesn't have like front or rear parking, it doesn't have a garage, so you have to park in like a communal bay, but I guess the bay is allocated to that house and the neighbouring houses. But yeah, when we went to go and view it, like literally the parking bay was just covered in darkness, because it was, you know, by 5:30 it was still dark at that time because of the clocks going forward or back, whatever it goes in the winter time. But yeah, it was pitch black because it was dark outside due to the weather changing, but also there were no like floodlights that the council had provided, so it just felt very unsafe going to where, if we did move there, we would be parking our car. And I can't, yeah, it just felt too unsafe. It literally was pitch black. Yeah, so that's a complete no-no. Like, my partner already, he would like to be able to see the car from whatever house we buy, from like the kitchen window, etc. Or he wants to know that his car is safe in the garage. But if he can't even see the car from the house, and then on top of that, you know that the car is in like a pitch black spot where, although the area did not seem dangerous, it didn't seem like there was, you know, car thefts or break-ins, whatever, but you just don't know. But yeah, the fact that the parking, there's only like, you'll only have one parking space for your house, because there's just not many parking spaces to go, yeah, not many to go round in that development. So knowing that there was only one parking space for us, and then the parking bay itself was just, when it's dark it's pitch black, it doesn't feel safe. It just wasn't gonna work for us. So yeah, there were definitely a few cons of the house. I mean, the pros of the house is that it was chain free, so I guess the whole buying process should in theory be very, very quick. What also just didn't really work for me was the fact that there were flats opposite the house and also on the right, I believe. And, you know, not that I have things against flats, like as I said before, I've lived in a flat my entire life, and I've lived in a council estate, and it's not anything foreign to me. But I just personally, I don't feel comfortable spending hundreds of grands on a house just to find myself being overlooked by council flats. And even though those flats were like new build flats, they're nice looking. It's not like you feel like you're living in a council estate or you feel like it's a deprived area. I just don't feel like it's the kind of environment that I envisioned for myself and my family. Also, you just don't know who will end up moving into those flats in the future. So yeah, but there were flats in front, flats on the right as well. Too many flats basically. So that definitely was a letdown. All in all, the house looked great in the pictures online. It looked really, really it just looked really great online. We were really, really excited to view this property, but then when we actually viewed it and saw it, there were just too many things that were wrong with it for us to even consider putting in any kind of offer. So we're not going to offer on the house. We're going to leave it, keep rolling, and see what happens. Let me know what you thought about the house. Like, do you like it? Would you move in there if you're a first time buyer? Would you just kind of like not really bother too much about the parking situation, the train line, the house behind it? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I do hope you found this video interesting, especially if you're a first time buyer as well, also on the house hunt. I definitely will keep you updated with this house buying journey. I really do pray that I have some really good news soon to share with you, so fingers crossed for that. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for your presence. I will definitely keep you updated and I will speak to you soon.